Hey everybody, this is Paul. So in the last tutorial we just finished coding the pop function, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to code the print function. So the print function is going to be a void return type, and it's going to be part of the stack class, and then we're just going to type in print, and then opening and closing parentheses, and opening and closing curly braces. There we go. And so inside these curly braces we're going to define the print function. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create an item pointer, and we'll just call that P, and we'll make it to point to whatever the stack pointer is pointing to. So this is going to make P point to one of two things. Case 1, we're going to have nothing in the stack, and if that's the case, the stack pointer will be pointing to null, which means that P will point to null. The other case is that we do have items in the stack, and if that's the case, the stack pointer will be pointing to the top item in the stack. So that means that P will be pointing to the top item in the stack if there are items in the stack. So those are the two cases, and what we're going to do is we're just going to make this print function do something for the case that there is items in the stack. So if there are items in the stack, we're going to say while P is not equal to null, and then we're just going to say that we're going to call the read item function, and we're going to pass the P pointer in as the argument there, and then we're just going to, after that's done, say P equals P arrow prev. So what's going to happen here is, for case 1, if P is going to, if there's nothing in the stack, then that means that P is going to be pointing to null, which means it doesn't go into this while loop and nothing happens. So the print function doesn't do anything in that case. So the other case is there are items in the stack, which means that P will now point to the top of the stack, and then if that's the case, it will enter the while loop since the top of the stack is not null, and then what it's going to do is it's going to read the contents of the item that P is pointing to, and then make P point to the item below the item that was just read. So this way it will just print all the items from top to bottom in the stack until it gets to the very last item. When it gets to the very last item, it will print the contents of that item through the read item function, and then it will move P to whatever that last item was pointing to, but that last item we're going to have set up to be pointing to null, which means that once P reads the last item, then it's just going to go back to the top here, and then it will be equal to null, and then it won't go back into this while loop. So that's what the print function is going to do. It's just going to print the entire contents of the stack. So anyway, that's all there is for the print function. And so in the next tutorial I'm going to begin testing these functions that I wrote, and we're going to see how they work in the main.cpp file. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Have an excellent day, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe.